Yes. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So here, our topic is the fundamental needs for the biomedical freshers to find the job. Actually, during the college studies, during the placements, from the placement drives and from the senior faculty members, they are all says that the communication skill is very important, your body language is very important, your commitment is very important. All the things they are all giving. That also very important. But the thing is, apart from those points, some of the fundamental requirements are there to find the job, because most of the, even though the particular person's getting more than 8 CGPA or 9 CGPA, they couldn't find the job. The reason behind that is they doesn't know actually what is needed for the recruiters. That is what we are going to discuss about. We are not going to discuss about you need a communication skill, you need a body language like that. We are not going to discuss about it. We are collecting the information especially from the 3 categories of the biomedical engineers, not the beginners, from the biomedical engineers that are especially, yes. We are collecting the information more than 500 plus biomedical engineers. I already thanked to them, my teammates. My teammates are working hard to collect all the data from the 3 categories of the biomedical engineers. One is freshers. The freshers in the sense those who are working for 6 months. 6 months later, they are joined the job like that. Expertise means that's the person having more than 5+ years of experience, 5 to 10 years of experience, and the recruiters in the sense the HR people. So according to these point of view, according to these members' point of view, what is the fundamental requirement for the beginners? What they are expecting actually, what the recruiters are expecting actually. We are collecting the data from these different strategies. What is the reason why collecting these 3 important categories? Freshers know that the current interview process and current questions and everything. Expertise know that the market very well. Recruiters knows that the management intensity. So according to that only they are recruiting the people. So that is what we are choosing these 3 categories, especially for choosing the fundamental biomedical beginners for the tier 1, tier 2 companies. So you have one doubt, how the freshers are getting a job in the tier 1, tier 2 company. That is most importantly in the previous webinar, I talk about 8.5% of the freshers getting a job in a tier 1, tier 2 company. Yes, it has happened. It has happened, of course. 8.5% of the biomedical freshers join in a GE, get a job in a GE, get a job in a Siemens, get a job in a Philips. That has happened. How it has happened? All the things we are going to discuss today. Okay. So the first thing, according to the yes. So these are all the 3 important things we are going to discuss. POV is nothing but a point of view. So freshers point of view, what is the fundamental requirement for the biomedical engineers, biomedical beginners required? And expertise point of view, what is the biomedical engineers required to get a job? And recruiters point of view, what are all the things they are expecting from the biomedical beginners to give a job in the tier 1, tier 2 company? So that is a very important. So keep on remember, I am talking about the tier 1, tier 2 company, not the tier 4, tier 5 companies abroad. Okay. So these are all the 3 important things we are going to discuss today. And apart from that, what are all the requirements and how to learn all these things, all the things we discuss in the later slides. Okay. So first of all, according to the freshers point of view. So according to the freshers point of view, what is the biomedical recruiters expecting or a biomedical beginners expecting? Yes. So they are saying almost 100 plus freshers. We are getting an information about them, about what are the requirements. They say cumulatively we are collecting some of the 3 important topics. That is required ingenuity, required knowledge about the applied job, and the required morals. So these are all the 3 repeated points. These are all the 3 repeated points we collected from the freshers, those who are working in a tier 1, tier 2 company. So these 3 points are very major important point for the beginners to know about how the particular recruiters feel about. Okay, so what is the required ingenuity, what is the required knowledge, and what is the moral we are going to discuss. Okay, so ingenuity. Of course, we all know that the ingenuity is nothing but, just move on the slides now. Yes. Sorry. So first point, according to the freshers point of view, the first point is the particular biomedical beginners should require ingenuity. So ingenuity is nothing but the 3 important skill or 3 important value points. That is a skill, creativity, and originality. The most important thing is skill, because in the 1990s period, in the 2000 period, the skill sets required by the company people is entirely different. But nowadays, the technology is going on. The technology is going on. Each and every company, they start manufacturing the biomedical products. So the competition is making very high. So if you want to place a first in the market, then they require some of the skill set people. So that is what the updated skill is very important. Updated skill in the sense, for example, if you are looking for a service biomedical engineer, you should have some of the updated software knowledge. For example, especially simulation software, and especially some of the software designing, circuit designing, and circuit knowledge. All the things software oriented you need to know. So apart from that, according to the job scopes, the skills required are entirely different compared to the 2000 and compared to the 2020. So that kind of skill set is required. That is the first point. The next second point is creativity. The creativity makes the particular recruiter impressed, because if the interview person may ask some of the questions to you, the particular question shouldn't have any answers. They're not expecting this particular answer should come from the people. That is no options. Okay, so the thing is how the particular people will approach this particular question. That kind of thing the particular recruiters can expect it. So that kind of creativity is very important, because during the time of suppose if you are appointed as a sales biomedical engineer or application biomedical engineer, if you are going to meet the doctor, the creativity is very, very important. If for example if the doctor may ask some of the questions critically, you should have some of the creativity to say the answers like that. Some of the futures about the equipment, if even though if you're not knowing anything, but you should have some of the creativity to adjust yourself. That is the thing the recruiter will expect. That is the thing the particular modulation the recruiter people expect from the beginners. And the most importantly, originality. Most of the people they are just change their originality during the time of interview. They are entirely dressed very, very decently. They are entirely very they change their behavior. They just sit very calmly in front of the recruiter. But once the interview is getting over, then their originality comes. Their originality is entirely different while they are attending the interview. That kind of originality should not be happen. What is your actual original behavior? That should be replicated in the interview. That is the thing expected by the recruiters. That is the three important key points. Most of the general electrical freshers, they point out in this point. Originality, they are expecting, sir. They are expecting originality, how your behavior is. That is how your knowledge is, how your original character is. That is what they are expecting. If you are acting in front of the recruiters, they are easily identified, because they are crossed over so many freshers. They are crossed over so many people. They are recruiting the people, so they can easily understand what is the field, what is the point you have, what is the knowledge you have, what is the behavior you have, everything. So originality should frame you very comfortably. So these are all the very important 3 points. These 3 points are coming under the required ingenuity. Okay, so the next point, according to the fresher's point of view, the next important point is yes, you should open your eyes. That is very, very, very important thing. Require knowledge about the applied job. For example, if there is any sales job is available, sales biomedical job is available, you should have idea about that particular sales job. Suppose the application engineer job is available, you should have an idea about what is application. For example, so I was appointed as a HR manager in Philips in 3 years back. I am recruiting some of the people from even though they are having not having experience. I just interviewed on girl. He says that we are comfortable with your performance and we are comfortable with your academic results and everything. You are like to travel 50 kilometers per day. Okay. Like that I'm saying, but this replied, sir, no sir, I don't want to travel here and there. I want to sit in the room itself and work hard for your company, like that. So sales biomedical engineer job is that. The sales biomedical job is need to travel over there to meet a doctor, at least 2 to 3 doctors per day. Then only you can able to achieve the target. So that is what the experience you should know. If, there are 8 job scopes out there. There's so many interviews, there's so many webinars. I already says that, but even though I just recall everything, the job scopes availability are sales biomedical engineer, service biomedical engineer, application biomedical engineer in hospital, and the testing and quality biomedical engineer, biomedical consultant, clinical engineer, biomedical researcher. So these are all the 8 different job scopes are there. You should know about each and every job scopes very comfortably. Then only the interviewer may ask any questions towards on the particular job scope. You should have a point to talk about it. That is the very important thing. That kind of awareness is required for the freshers, for the beginners, to attend the interview in any sort of company, not only the tier 1, tier 2 company, any sort of the company. You should know about the scope of the particular thing, and awareness about the particular company. That is very important. Suppose if you want to attend an interview towards Siemens Healthcare, you should know about the Siemens Healthcare like that, little bit. Just go through the websites when the previous day of the interview. Just go through the where the headquarters is, and what are all the new equipments they are manufacturing, and who is the CEO, and these are all the things you need to know about it. You should be aware about it before attending the interview. You should go to the website and see what has happened in that particular company in the recent days. Like that, particular awareness should go on, because every interview they may ask one question: what do you know about what do you know about my company? Like that, they were asking. You should have a point. You should have a point. Once you have gone through all the things in the website, then only you get a point and say something about it. Okay, that is kind of awareness. You know that. So the second point, according to the fresher, they says that is those who are searching the job, they should know about the scope of the particular job, and the people, they should know about something about little bit about that particular company. That is very important. The second point, according to the freshers, they are telling. Then the next is. The next important thing, require moral. The moral is a very, very important thing, because the moral replicate your character. The moral replicate your originality, of course. The self-confidence and the boldness. Suppose, for example, if you are appointed as an application biomedical engineer, your behavior is very calm. Then it is then it create a negative impact to the recruiters, because as an application engineer, you should have some of the boldness, because you are in front of you. There are so many doctors are sitting. Doctors are sitting, you are going to give a lecture to the doctors. You are going to give the demo to the doctors. So for that, you should have some of the boldness. The doctors are not like the students. They are not asking the questions to the professors. They are the well-graduate people in front of you. They throw the questions. They are asking so many doubts. So you need to answer all the questions. So for that, you should have some of the boldness, and you should have some of the self-confidence. Self-confidence is very important for the freshers, those who are looking the job to the tier 1, tier 2 companies. That is very important thing. So self-confidence and the boldness will be developed by yourself. And what are all the key points required for developing the self-confidence and the boldness? There are so many videos out there. There are so many books out there. You are just keep on reading and develop your self-confidence level and the boldness level. That is very important thing. Also, according to the freshers point of view, these 3 points are very, 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 very important. Okay, so just take a minute just to go to the participant count, and if there is any participant are waiting for us, we'll see. Okay, 2 minutes. Yeah, we'll proceed. All can see the slide, right? Anyone answer, please? All can see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the third important point we already discussed about. Then, according to the freshers' point of view, these are all 3 main important things. Then, the expertise point of view. The expertise point of view, in the sense that the people, those who are working for the working in the tier 1, tier 2 companies for 5 years or more than 5 years. We are getting so many informations from the expertise people, because they are expecting much more than that of the recruiters, because they are having an experience of 5 years, because these particular 5 to 10 years are very important for the healthcare development, because many of the companies, they start funding they start manufacturing some of the medical devices. So the competitions on the management side is also very tougher. So the expertise, we are very shocking news is that some of the expertise, they says that we are not at all, no companies is not at all recruiting any freshers this times are like that. But many of the people, some of the people, they says that we have in our company, we are recruiting some of the freshers also. They are having an extraordinary talent. So that is what we are recruiting some of the freshers also. That make feel comfortable for me. So that is what the expertise point of view is very, 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 very critical, because they are in the field for the past 10 to 15 years, 5 to 15 years. So they are having a tough knowledge about it. They are having a tough enough amount of knowledge about what has happened in the competitor, what has happened in the suppose a person is working in the Philips, what has happened in the Siemens, they are looking over. So what are all the development that has happened in the nearby company, that are all they're looking for it. So each and every expertise, they are expecting much more from the beginners. That is a very important point. So what are all the 3 important things they are required? They say so many things, but we are cumulatively we are just to recollect some of the 3 important points. The repeated points we are collecting from the expertise is devotion, authority, and the self-restraint. Of course, the Englishman, suppose if you know about the meaning of the word, then it shows that how far the devotion, authority, and the self-restraint is very important. So according to the freshers, according to the expertise point of view, these 3 requirements is comfortable with. These 3 requirements are required for the biomedical beginners, those who are seeking the job. Okay, so what is devotion, and what is authority, and what is the self-restraint, we are going to see. See, devotion, of course, in the English term, devotion is nothing but a prayer. Okay, so you should love your job. The particular expertise says that the particular beginner should love the job. Then only they can able to work hard towards on the particular job. Like that, many of them say, many of the in the 3 to 4 webinars back, I says that 65% of the freshers got resigned the job because of these particular point. The 65% of the freshers, they resigned the job because of these particular reason. So that is what the expertise says, that the love and the respect on the job is very, very important for the beginners. Then only they can able to feel that very comfortable on that particular job. So that is very important. According to the freshers point, according to the expertise point of view, you should have devotion towards on your job. That is love and the respect on your job. If you are not loving, you are not giving respect to that particular job, then that particular impact will create your mind to resign the job very soon. That is very important. Okay, that is what expertise. Apart from this, somebody says that you should have some of the electronics knowledge, you should have some of the anatomical knowledge, you should have some of the body language, you should have some of the communication skills. All the things are required, of course. Apart from these points, some of the points are very uncomfortable for the freshers. That is what we are discussing about. Apart from this, there are so many points. Technical points are also required. That is the thing we already discussed in the previous webinar. But now we are discussing about what is actually apart from this academic side, what are all the things expecting from the expertise we are talking about. Okay, then the second point is nothing but the first point, devotion. You should have love, whatever the work it may be. You should have love and the respect. Then the next point is authority. You should have power and control. Power and control, it means as it doesn't mean that once you're joining the company, you should have control over the senior people like that. The power and control is nothing but your ability power, your controlling power. That is the power, point I have indicated here. That is, I mentioned here. These are all the point. I'm not. This is all not my point. These are all the expertise point. The authority of the beginners are very important. They require authority. That is, they should have power on your working. They should have control on their working. For example, I'm saying one small example I'm sharing. If you're appointed as a sales biomedical engineer in a GE or a Johnson & Johnson, if you're going to meet a doctor, the doctor asks you to wait for 1 hour. The 1 hour is gone. You are just, again, you just go to the doctor and ask, sir, I'm waiting for 1 hour. Then the doctor is saying, still more 1 hour is waiting because I have a responsibility to meet a patient, and then only I can able to meet you. Like that they're saying. Then he just go there and wait for further 1 hour. So keep on, it is happening. It takes almost 6 to 10 hours. 10 hours is over. Then during the 11th hour, the doctors call the particular biomedical engineer to come and say about the product. So what is happen is you should have control yourself. Somebody says, I'm telling about the Johnson & Johnson employee. Somebody, I'm say same experience, 1 hour he is waiting for the doctor. The doctor is restricting his appointment. Still more 1 hour you need to wait. I want to meet the patient like that. Then the particular salesperson go and fight with the doctor. How far I am waiting for you? How far I'm waiting? I have so many job. I have so many work. I want to meet so many doctors. I want to finish I want to finish the target. Then only I got the salary. Like that, they are scolding in the hospital itself. Then what has happened? Then his name is collapsing. At the same time, his company name is also collapsing. So that is the point, very important. You should have control over the patient. You should have patience on your job. You should have the control on your that is anger or whatever it may be. So you have a power, but you should have the controlled power. That is very important. Even though you are waiting for 10 hours or 15 hours, you should have the power to express yourself to the doctors. Then automatically the doctor will understand. Once they sees that particular biomedical engineer is waiting for 15 hours or like that, then the next time you are just supposed to meet the particular doctor. Then the doctor replicate their love. Come and sit in my room. I will talk to you for 1 minute, and then we leave. Like that. Just the developing contact is very important for the sales biomedical engineer. So that is the thing. Expecting the authority. These are all the point given by the expertise people. That is very important point actually. You just think over it. You should be control over on your anger. You should control over on your patience. That is, you should have the patience to meet the doctor, whatever the job scope it may be. Then the main important thing is self-restraint. You should have the discipline in work. For example, if you are appointed as a biomedical engineer in a hospital, the discipline is very, very important, because each and every, for example, if you are appointed as a sales biomedical engineer or service biomedical engineer or some other job scope apart from this biomedical engineer in hospital, you are going to visit every day different doctors and different hospitals. But if you are appointed as a biomedical engineer in a hospital, the whole job is, the whole hospital is depending on you. Because you are a biomedical engineer, you should you should have maintenance of all the equipment. There are over 15,000 equipments are there in a multi-specialty hospital. You should look over all the equipments in each and every day. If there is any operation is going on, you should, operation schedule is there, you should previously you should go there and check all the equipments. Each and every day you should have the rounds on each and every department to go over it, whether the particular equipment is functioning properly or not. So like that kind of discipline is very important. The punctuality is very, very important for a service biomedical engineer. If the doctors give a call to the service biomedical engineer, within a 15 minutes or 20 minutes, the particular service engineer should attend the call and should replicate, should rectify the particular illness happen in the particular equipment. That kind of discipline the company is expecting. They are all watching, even though they are not with you. Even though they are not near with you, they are all keep on getting a feedback from the doctors, feedback from the senior managers, everybody. So that is what you should have the discipline in punctuality. You should have the discipline in work, and you should have the discipline in giving respect to the senior officials. So that is the thing very important from the expertise point of view. So these are all the three important points according to the expertise point of view. These are all saying. I'm saying. These are all the points given by most of the biomedical engineers. They are working in the tier 1, tier 2 companies. These are all not my points. Okay, we are collecting so many informations. We are sharing the information. Please remember. Please give me a 1 minute time. We are just go to the Zoom room, and there is any participant is waiting or not. We will just see, because so many of them are registered. More than 25 members are registered, but still nobody will come. I think. Yeah, still 5 more people. Yes, we'll proceed. I don't know what has happened. Those particular people, they're not yet coming. So now, can I see the slide, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sorry for the interrupt, because this is my duty to check all the participants to come in, because we are collecting the data for the freshers only, beginners only. But they are all registered, but they are not still joined here in the this particular meeting is not. It is very give a negative impact for me. Okay, because all the data are very important. That is one. So please remember, I'll just send the videos to them. Okay. So the next important category is already the freshers point of view is getting over, and expertise point of view we are getting over. The recruiters point of view, those for people who are on recruiting you, the recruiters point of view is also very, very important. So because nowadays I already told you, some of the companies, most of the people, they have a thought that freshers are not getting a job in the tier 1 companies, but it happened. But some of the companies, they are recruiting, even the Johnson & Johnson and MEDTRONIC, you know that MEDTRONIC company, the topmost biomedical company, they are having a servicing unit in Chennai. Some of the people got recruited, the freshers got placed in that particular MEDTRONIC company itself. So that has happened in somewhere else. So if you have prove yourself, you have prove your ability to the recruiters in a proper way, then that has happened also. The freshers also getting a job in the tier 1 companies. Okay, so according to that particular recruiter's point of view, what are all the things they are expecting? Because the recruiters doesn't know about the electronic, the recruiters doesn't observe any electronics kind of electronic knowledge about you, skill set about you. The particular recruiters totally read your capability. The particular recruiters totally read your language. The particular recruiter totally read your ability, what you have. So all the things are happen according to the recruiter's point of view. So see, yes. So these are all the three important things. The recruiter's point of view. These are all the words they are saying: audacity, ALACRITY, and force and the conviction. So these are all the main important things. These kind of words are already be crossed over during the placements or during the any professional meeting in the college. Every placement director will say about you should have audacity, you should have ALACRITY, and you should have force and convictions, like that. They are all saying. That is what the particular recruiters also expecting, because we have a chance to meet only 50 to 60 plus recruiters from the tier 1, tier 2 company. Because fortunately, I am a biomedical engineer. My friends, so many people are working in HR in a different tier 1 companies. That is what I am collecting the point. That is what I am getting so many data like this. So these particular points, the particular recruiters expecting from the beginners. So what is audacity, and what is ALACRITY, and what is the force and convictions? What is the 3 points required by the recruiters we will see. Okay, so what is audacity? Yes. Audacity is nothing but you should not have any fear. You should have bold, and you should have courage on the particular job. That is very important. Apart from your capability, apart from your technical skill, apart from your body language, whatever it may be, you should have the 3 important points coming under the audacity. That is, you should not have fear, because in front of you, you are going to meet your doctors. Yeah, whatever the job scopes it may be, whether it may be, I already told you the 8 job scopes are there. Whatever the job scopes it may be, the main customer for you is doctor. The doctors are not ungraduate people. They are well-graduate people in the society. So the doctors may be in the age of 60 or 60 plus or 70 plus you are going to meet. So in front of you, the well-aged and well-experienced people are there. So you should not fear. You should not show your fear. Even though you are having fear, you should not express your fear in front of them. Then that will make a negative impact on you to the particular people. So that is what the recruiter expecting. The particular people should not have any fear. I'm saying, you just to give an example is, you have a confidence. If you have a confidence on that particular job, if you have a confidence on your practical part, if you have a confidence on your that is analytical part, then the fear is collapsing. The fear is collapsing. The no fear will be arising you in front of you, whatever it may be. You know everything. You know everything about the job scope. You know everything. You're technically strong. You are very technically strong. You are well in communication. You are well. You should have you are well in a body language. You are well in approach. You have a great creativity. Whatever it may be, everything we have, then the fear is not disturbing you. So that is what the recruiters are expecting. You should have an audacity. The particular recruitment people should have the audacity. Even though they are having some of the, so on example I am giving, the people from Cardinal Healthcare. Cardinal Healthcare, my friend working as HR in US. Yeah, he's recruiting some of the freshers. He's recruited already. Three people they are going to have a chance to meet. Three freshers actually. He's recruiting 1 people. What is the reason behind the not recruiting the other 2 freshers? They say that even though they are having a good capability, even though they are having a good sort of well-valued resume, they have a fear. They have a fear is that the words are not coming from their mouth even though they are having they were having a good capability, they are having an extraordinary technical knowledge, they are having extraordinary capability on solving analytical problems and everything, they are not opening their mouth properly. They are not opening their mouth properly. They are getting fear. Whomever the person meet him, they just shows their fear in front of the recruiter. That is what The reason why the particular 2 persons are not recruiting. So that is what. So every people, whatever, wherever you are going to drive, wherever you are going to try, whether it be a tier 1 company or tier 2 company or whatever it may be, the fear will create your negative impact about you in front of your recruiters. That is the thing very important. Then the next important thing according to the recruiters is, yes, alacrity. So you should have the willingness, enthusiasm, and readiness. That is what these 3 points will think you very decently, and these 3 points will very important to develop your presence of mind. That is very important. These 3 points: willingness. You should have some of the willingness to work. Okay, don't if the parents are compelling you to work over there, then the job is not any executions. That is the thing very important. The job scope, you should have some of the willingness to work over there. You should have some of the enthusiasm to work over there. You should have some of the readiness to work over there, whatever the job it may be, whenever the time it may be, whomever it may be. If the job is coming, I'm ready to work. If the job is coming, I'm willing to work over there. Like that, especially the service engineers, most of the service engineers, they are just throw it out from the company because of they are not willing to work over there, because they are receiving the call around 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. like that. So during the surgeries happen, the doctors give a call to the service engineer to come over there to rectify the illness to the particular equipment. So during the time, you need to attend the call and go over there and rectify the illness. That is what you should have some of the willingness over there. That is what the expertise says. No, the love and the respect of the job is very important. That is what the replication is happening. Once you are having the willingness, once you are having the enthusiasm, once you are having the readiness to working over the job, then the love and the respect of the particular job will automatically come. Okay, so these are all the point expecting from the recruiters, especially the recruiters, expecting the recruiters from the beginners. Because in front of you, you are sitting in front of the recruiters for almost 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Within a 20 minutes, the particular recruiter analyzing you very clearly. Whether you are having a willingness or not, whether you are having an enthusiasm or not, whether you are having any discipline or not, all the thing he is going to observe you, within a 15 to 20 minutes, because their job is there. The recruiter people job is they read the people in front of you. So that is what within the 15 to 20 minutes, he may read all the things about you. Okay. So that is what the willingness, enthusiasm, and the readiness is very important. These are all the points you need to develop yourself. In the college, they are not going to teach you. For the parent, they are not going to teach you. These are all the points developed by yourself. Close your room, and what are all the skill sets you required, you can able to do yourself. You can able to ask a question to yourself, which is bad and which is good, and which is not coming to us, which is a strong capability I am having. Like that, you are just ask the questions to yourself and mold you to create yourself to compete the competitors. That is the thing expecting from the particular recruiter people. That is a second important point, ALACRITY. Then the next important point is self-restraint. I think so. Yes, you should have force and conviction, because even though you are a fresher, the time may coming to take the decision. During the time, you should use your presence of mind to take the decision. Even though you are not experienced, even though you are not experienced, even though you are not expertise, even though you are having not enough amount of knowledge about that particular situation, if in case the situation is coming, to take your decision properly. So during the time, the thought process is very important. The decision making will lift your company up. At the same time, the decision making will down your company name in the downwards. So that is what very important. The particular people, the particular recruiter, the third point they are saying, keep on saying, many of them says that the particular beginner should have force and the conviction. They have some of the decent thought process. They have some of the decent decision-making capability. Once you are having the decision-making capability during the fresher itself, then once you are reaching the expertise level, then the decision-making capability is very comfortable for you to take the decision. You can able to give an idea to the management itself. So that is what the particular recruiter is expecting. You should have some of the force and the conviction. Force in the sense you should have you should have any fear to take the decision. That is what they are expecting. The force and the conviction is the third important point the particular recruiter is expecting. So according to my data, the three important categorized people. One is freshers. According to the freshers, the three important points we discussed, and the second, expertise people. What are all the things expecting from the beginners, and the third are recruiters. So these are all the three important categorized people they are expecting from the beginners. Okay, so how we can able to develop this? How we can able to develop these particular thing of these kind of capabilities and these kind of points and these kind of passionates? All the things happen. All the things can be developed yourself during the studies. That is very important. Once you go to the college and getting a marks and getting a doing the practical and doing the projects is not at all important. It's actually important, but not that much of important. Apart from that, there are so many things are required to recruited in the company. That is very important. So that is the kind of necessity you are in. During the studies itself, during the 4 years of studies itself, you should have the capability to go through all these kind of points. Which are all the points I am capable? Which are all the points I am not capable? You make a note of it. You make a note of it, and which are all the points you are not capable. If you think that it is not capable for me, then how to develop that particular capability? You just think over it. Use that particular 4 years in a proper way. Then everything will come to you. Then everything will come to you. Then that is very easy to place a job, place a tier 1 tier 2 company. So these kind of points, many of the students, they are not doing. So most of the faculty members are also not insisting these points to the students. That is very important because they are having the job. They are having the job to finish the syllabus. They are having the job to give the target to the management. So that kind of job they are having. So these are all the points they are not supposed to telling to you. So that is the very important thing. So these are all the points, very important thing. The marketing people expecting from you, that the three different sort of marketing people expecting you is, these are all the points. So these points are required for the beginners, especially those who are willing to working towards a tier 1, tier 2 company. Okay, so then. So the next, these are all the points. I'm just adding all these points. Cumulatively, we are having what is an actual, our heading is fundamental needs, right? So according to the three categorized people, they are telling so many points. We are collecting the cumulative points like that. So finally, what is actually a fundamental needs? From these three category people, from these 9 points they are saying, what is actually a fundamental requirement? Basic fundamental requirement for the beginners required is, according to in our company point of view and according to our point of view, we are cumulatively giving the 4 different sets, skill sets. If you are having the skill sets now, that particular skill is getting older next year. So every year, the skill sets is entirely different in the market. So you should observe what has happened in the market now. What is the current strategy now? What is the current skill required by the company now? According to that, you should work on it. So skill sets are very important. The skill sets, it may be a technical skill sets, or it may be a problem solving skill sets, or it may be an analytical solving skill sets, or it may be a software skill sets, whatever it may be. What is the job scope you are choosing? According to that, the skill sets may be changed in each and every year. So every year you should be updating. Okay, skill sets are very important according to all these category people. Then updated knowledge. Updated knowledge is also, suppose for example, you are study about ultrasound in B mode, A mode, in what is that? In biomedical instrumentation, diagnostic and therapeutic equipment in the B study. But now they are not going to use that particular features in the market. Okay, so that are all the academic part, that are all the basic things. But now the equipments are changed. Each and every day the equipments are updated by the companies. So updated knowledge is very important. How far this particular that is linear accelerator is coming to the compacted material. So like that, each and every equipment is updated each and every day. So you should have some of the updated knowledge about what is happening in the market. So that are all the things you can able to get through the website of the particular company. So periodically you just visit the particular company website, then this updated knowledge will be getting over. In the newsletter, in the corporate company's website, in the newsletter column is there. In the newsletter tagline, they just shows that what all the updating technology we have. You just go through all these things. You just mention, just take over the list of the top 10 tier 1 companies. In our video itself, we just posted it. So just list out the tier 1 companies. Then periodically, you just note your go through the websites 2 days once or 3 days once. Just see the newsletters of all the company. What is the current updating technology the particular companies have? So all the things, if you are developing yourself, that is the thing the particular recruiter people expecting. What you know about the company, what is the current strategy of the company, do you know that? Then if you are already gone through all these points, then it is very comfortable for you to answer the questions, right? Yes. Then confidence. Once you develop your skill sets properly, once you are getting an updated knowledge in a properly, automatically the confidence will boost up you. The confidence will automatically coming to you to face anybody, whatever, whomever it may be, whether the person is 70 years of age, whether the person having 50 years of experience in biomedical engineer, whatever, whomever it may be. If you have a skill sets and the updated knowledge, then automatically the confidence will boom in you. Then automatically the passion on the work will come. Once your confidence is developing over, then the passion towards on your work is automatically happen. So these are all the 4 fundamental basic points we needed actually. From the cumulative point, we are adding all the 9 points from the 3 categories of people they are saying it previously are seen. We are collectively says that according to, in our company point of view, according to in our research, because we are getting a research, we are giving so many things to the beginners, how we can able to get a job in the tier 1, tier 2 company. So using that particular research, we are collectively says that these are all the 4 fundamental needs, fundamental requirement apart from the academics. These are all the fundamental requirements need for the beginners to fight against the competition, to catch the competitors. Okay, that is the thing required. Then can you please give me a time? I will check whether the peoples are coming or not. This is my responsibility to check over. They're not yet. I don't know whether they are forgetting. I think so. I don't know. Yes, still they are not entering. All can hear, see the slides, right? Anyone answer, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Then, so what is the biomedical beginners awareness? So if you want to, already I told you, these are all the fundamental requirements need for the freshers to move the fight against the competitions, to catch the tier 1, tier 2 companies. So what are all the things you should know during the studies? The biomedical beginners awareness. What are all the things required? That is the thing we have collectively some of the points over it. See, the beginners should know the competitors. During the final years itself, you should know about the competitor. If you are getting a 9.5 CGPA, the same 9.5 CGPA will get over by different people, because already there are over 10,000 people graduating biomedical engineering in India. So in the 10,000 people, almost 1,000 people getting 9.5 CGPA. So how we can able to differentiate that particular 9.5 CGPA? You can able to differentiate yourself by proving yourself with the different sort of skills. So you should know about the competitors. Who is going to be competing? The competition is not in your class. The competition is not the people is sitting in front of you. The competition is not sitting in near with you. The competitors are in the world. The competitors are in all over the world. That is, everybody is competing with you to catch the tier 1, tier 2 companies. So you should have a knowledge about the competitors. Who are all the competitors with us? Who are all getting these kind of skills? If the person is having my sort of skill, then how we can able to develop that particular skill to the high upgraded level? So like that, you should know about the competitors in the final year itself. Okay, the beginners are nothing but the final year students. Then the first point, competitors. The second point, you should know the interview process, because 3 years back, the interview process is entirely different in Johnson & Johnson. In Johnson & Johnson, the 3 different sort of interview processes happen. One is they are giving an interview test, they are having an online test, and the next they are giving a technical test, and straight away they just go for that is a personal interview. It has happened in the 3 years back in Johnson & Johnson. I'm just giving an example. So now the interview process entirely changed. The shortlisting of candidates straight away go to the personal interview. During the shortlisting, they are just filtering the candidates. Only one round, in the service, in the headquarter or in the applicant headquarters, the particular interviews happen. Only one interview process is happen. Through your resume itself, they are just shortlisting all the candidates. For the one interview process, only 10 members are called for. So like that, the Johnson & Johnson interview process is going on now. So according to the Johnson & Johnson, this is the interview process. But your strategy is, there are so many companies out there. You are just look over, get a contact through the contacts or through the any sort of expertise people, get the information, how the interview process is going on in your company. How the interview process, what is the strategy they are following in the interview process. All the things you are collecting the information through the contacts. Okay, so that is what the interview process of the particular company is very important. You should know about it. Then only you can able to prepare on that particular particular point of view, and you are once you are well prepared, and it is very easy for you to attend the interview. That is what the second important thing, awareness, is you should know about the interview process of different sort of company. Not the interview process is same. None of the companies, they are following the same interview process, because Flips interview is entirely different. Flips interview, through the phone call, they are recruiting the people. Nowadays, MEDTRONIC, I told you, MEDTRONIC, my one of the students got placed in MEDTRONIC. Through the phone call, she attended the interview and got placed. So like that, the interview process is entirely different from each and every company. So the interview process of each and every company knowing is very, very important. Okay, these are all the things you should know about it, apart from the academics. Then the third important point you should know about it, yes, you should know about job scope. You should have knowledge about, you should reset your mind. You should retrain your mind. You should know about the job scope of the particular thing. First of all, what is the basic idea I want to give you is, during the third year itself, you should decide yourself where we want to work. What is the job scope we are selecting? Of course, I told you 8 job scopes are there. You just choose your job scope perfectly in the third year itself, and mold yourself what are all the requirement on that particular job scope. If the requirement is not fulfilled, then work towards on that particular requirement and fulfill it, and then search the job. Because most of the people, most of the beginners, they doesn't know what is the job scope is. That is the difference between the clinical engineer and biomedical engineer. You should know that. But many of the beginners doesn't know. So that this kind of thing happens in the interview process. So that is what that does not happen, even though it does not happen once you know everything in the third year or final year itself, then it is very comfortable for you to answer that. Okay, so that is what. Knowing about the job scope of the biomedical engineering is very important for the beginners. Okay, you should reset your mind in each and every week. You get a contact. Through the contacts, you get all these information. These are all the information not available in the net. Through the contacts only, you can able to get these informations. Then you should know about the recruiters. You should know about the recruiters. Recruiters' point of view. What is their actually required? These are all the point also very important. These are according to the recruiters' point of view, because they are having some of the terms and conditions. Each and every company have some of the terms and conditions. In the terms and conditions column is also available in the website. Everything is available in the company website. Just go through the terms and conditions of each and every companies. What are all the things actually, you just keep on reading the terms and conditions of the different sort of company, then automatically your skill will be developed. Actually, what the people are expecting from the beginners, then automatically it will develop. No need to go for anybody. Sit and see the website clearly. Read over the terms and conditions properly in each and every company. Automatically, the knowledge will develop yourself. Then you feel very comfortable to face the recruiter. Okay, so this is the next point you are getting. Then, yes, many of my colleagues and many of my participants and my friends and my classroom friends and my my online classroom friends, all they are asking how we can able to develop this. What is the sort of strategies I need to follow? When is the right time to start this? From whom I am getting this? Why I am developing this? Where I am getting all these points? All the things will be emerging in your mind and asking. Many students, they are asking. Any sort of students nowadays, they're asking how, when, where, how I can able to get the job. Even though they are not having any skills, they're asking how I can able to, what is the process to get a job into the Tier 1 company, sir? They doesn't know what is biomedical engineering properly. Then what is so that is what I'm asking. I'm not demotivating you. So each and everything is with you only. During the 4 years itself, you can able to develop all these things. What are all the things required by the recruiters, expertise, and the freshers? These are all the things developed by yourselves in the 4 years of studies itself. But the most important thing is you need to spend the time on it. You need to spend your precious time on that particular thing. Then only your skill will be developed. Okay, that is what you can able to develop these kind of some of the things not can able to develop by yourself. You can able to go for some of the training, especially hospital training may give more advantage, not only for seeing the equipments. During the hospital training, you have a chance to meet some of the biomedical engineers, because each and every, if you go for a hospital training in the multi-specialty hospital, you have a chance to meet so many sales biomedical engineer and service biomedical engineer. If you have a time, you just go and meet them in the individually, because sales biomedical engineer is waiting for the doctors. During that time, if you have a chance, and go and meet them and get points from them. What is happening in your company, and what are all the strategies they are following, and how you are recruiting this particular sales biomedical engineer, and what is the job, what is the advantage and disadvantage of the what is the advantage and disadvantage of this particular sales biomedical job. All the things you can able to get through this hospital training itself. So hospital training is for the two reasons. One is for knowing about the equipment, and another is for getting the information through the sales biomedical engineer, service biomedical engineer, and also the doctors. You can able to ask the question to the doctor itself, how we can able to treat the sales biomedical engineer and service biomedical engineer, those coming for the hospital, sir. How we can able to treat, and what are the things you are expecting from the sales biomedical engineer and service biomedical engineer. You can able to ask the question to the doctor itself. So that is the best place you can able to gather the information. At the same time, if I go for some of the companies also, they are giving training. Once you go for the companies also, you are able to develop the technical skill, practical knowledge. At the same time, according to the recruiter's point of view, what are all the things they are expecting from their particular company. That is the chance to can able to get over it. So use the training properly. The hospital training give more advantage. Most of the people, they not go for the hospital training properly. But using the hospital training, you can able to get more contacts. The doctor's contacts, the sales biomedical engineer contacts, service biomedical engineer contacts. All the contacts are very important to develop your marketing strategy, what has happened. So that is what. So the training is very, very important. And then, yes, don't say that I'm not able to do this. I can't able to do this. You just keep on trying yourself, whatever it may be. Suppose if you are loving a service job, your family says that don't go for a service job. It is because you may receive the call on the 12 a.m. or 11 a.m. You just keep on trying that. You just keep on trying that, because this is a sort of biomedical engineer need to do. I am studying the biomedical engineer. I want to do this. If I'm not do this, then my passion is collapsing. My passion is become a service engineer. My passion is become an application engineer. So this is a job I need to do. I love the job. So I want to do the particular passionate towards on the particular job. So that is what. Keep on trying to know about each and everything. Keep on trying to satisfy each and every paper. That is very important thing, because somebody here, they are just pull you downward. Don't give the hand to them. Don't give the hand to them. Get a proper contacts. Get a proper well-wishers to move up into the higher level. If you are going down, then it is very uncomfortable for you to come up. So that is the thing. Keep on trying is very important, whatever it may be, whether it may be a job or whether it may be other thing. Keep on trying is very important to achieve the goal. Okay, then training skills. During the college itself, you can able to develop your skills by attending some of the seminars, by attending workshops, by attending some of the short-term certificate course, or attending some of the skill technologies course. All the courses are available. Their eligibility criteria is if you want to attend that particular sort of skill, the eligibility criteria is you are in biomedical engineer. That's it. Some of the MATLAB and the LabVIEW and and artificial intelligence and machine learning, all the courses are available. In some of the online courses are also available. Certificate courses are also available. The workshops are also going on. You are just keep on attending that. Then only the knowledge will be developed, because the college is for giving academic sense, because they don't have any time apart from this academic. they don't have any time to give you specially. So that is what. So use your time in a proper way. Once the college time is getting over, then get a OD from the class coordinator or get a OD from the HOD and ask them to permit you to attend some of the trainings and workshops. That sort of knowledge is very important also, because during the workshop, the company people will come and give the workshop. So that is also a possibility to cut the contacts. That is also a possibility to hit what has happened in the market actually. Through them, you can able to know that, right? So that is what the training, development, learning, new skills, all the things happen only you are coming out from the college. Once your academic session is getting over, all the other things should be happen only you are ready to go to the attending workshop, ready to go to the attending seminars or expert talks, whatever it may be. Through them only you can able to develop your skill. Go to attend some of the training centers are also available for giving a MATLAB training, LabVIEW training, simulation training. All the things happen. So just spend your time there and develop your skill. That is very important thing. Then yes, all the things happen. All the things happen only you are giving a practice properly. You have practice is very, very important. That will mold you in a great man. That will mold you in a perfect path. That will mold you, that will pull you in a perfect path of the company. So that is what practice is very important. Whatever the job it may be, whatever the job you are looking for, you need to keep on practice on the skills requirement. Keep on practice on what are all the skills that we are not available. You are just keep on practice. Then you can able to get that particular skills in a proper way. So that is the thing, very important. Practice makes a man perfect. Experience. Practice makes the man be perfect. Then all these things, the training and the skill sets and the practice, they are all creating your power yourself. All the things will create your power yourself. Then you feel very strong. Then you feel very strong. Then that time is very comfortable for you to face the market. Okay, all things happen by yourself. These are all the things not given by the faculty members. These are all the things that are not given by the parents. These are all the things that are not given by the friends and the colleagues. These are all the things that are developed by yourself. So you spend your time yourself. Then only this sort of experience will come over. That kind of knowledge and that kind of skill sets will create your power. That kind of power the recruiters expecting. Okay, then. Once the power is creating, once the power is getting to you, then that is a very important thing. Finally, you are achieving the target. All the things happen in the 4 year itself. Then in the 5th year starting, you finally achieve the target. So these are all the fundamental things required for the biomedical engineers to face the market. All the requirements will be fulfilled during the 4 year itself. During the starting of the 5th academic year, you should place an entire company. That is finally achieve your target. So if it has happened, what are all the things that we are discussing about in the previous slides? These are all the things happen in the 4 years. Then finally, once you get your course completion certificate, the next day you are achieving the target very easily. So that is the point, very important thing. So most of the beginners, doesn't know about it. Most of the beginners, they are just feel uncomfortable to know about this. That is the very important thing. So that's all about my session. Hope you are all getting know about these point of questions. So any questions you can able to ask. I'm come to the stop sharing. Still there are no participants are not yet come, I think so. I don't know what, this is my headache, I think. Come on, do you have any questions regarding anything, or you can able to, because these are all the points we are collecting from, because a very important point, because for collecting the data, my workers, my employees are felt very tough to collect all these points through the mail, through the WhatsApp, through the Facebook messages, through the LinkedIn message, through the phone call. All the things they are working hard towards to collect all these points. So these are all the things very important. Once they are comfortable to feel all these things, then that may help you to work in the market very comfortable way. I don't know, most of the participants, mostly 20 plus participants are registered. I don't know what has happened for the 21 participants remaining. I need to send the video to them. So, okay, that's okay, my problem. Come on, can you have any questions? Can you please ask me? I'm waiting for you for 10 to 15 minutes. The session is yours. You can able to throw your questions.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, madam. Come on.
Sir, actually, this is very informative session for us. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Actually, even I have a question. Even though we are getting more information about the concepts in theoretical manner, but when I try to implement in practical manner, I'm getting some confusion. How can I overcome that, sir?
Yeah, whatever the theoretical knowledge is only for writing the exam. That is very important thing. Whatever the thing you are studying, even for a simple anatomy, if you are studying, go through the human heart. You are reading over the what is the function of the human heart, what is the structure of the human heart, and whatever the thing. If you are seen everything practically, then everything will be kept in the mind in the proper way. So how we can able to develop that practical knowledge is you need to spend the time for it. You need to spend the time for it, especially if you are looking for any job, if you are looking for any sales job or service job. What is the requirement needed? That all the job scopes require some of the practical experience. So that kind of practical experience can be get it over. You need to spend the time on it. Even it is a Saturday or Sunday, or even it is after 4 o'clock. You need to develop your practical skill sets. The practical skill set, for example, if in your college, if you want to develop, if you want to learn anything about the practical, you want to develop your practical knowledge on the laboratory, as the permission from the chodis or as the permission from the senior officials, and then get a permission to work over there in the develop your practical knowledge. Practical knowledge is very important. The practical knowledge is developed only because of you. You spend your time. You allot your time properly, because each and everybody has different commitments in your family, in the friends, in the academics, whatever it may be. So according to that particular point, you need to place any sort of time for the practical experience. So practical experience is up to you. Everything is available. You spend your time to go there and learn experience. That is what.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any questions? I think Monica, I think 4 members are there. I don't know what has happened. The remaining people. This is very felt about it. Any questions? Monica, Kishore Ram, and then somebody, Pooja. No questions. Can we wind up the session, right? Can you wind up the session? Yes, thanks a lot. And once again, I am thank you for all my employees, those who are working for me to collecting the data from different sort of employers. So thanks a lot, and we will meet on the next session. And thank you very much. Thank you.